What is going on, Wolfpack? Savage here. In today's video, we will be breaking down a viewer submitted gameplay. My dude Carpenter goes on a 13 kill W, and I'm gonna put you guys in his position. I'm gonna critique the mistakes that he's making in order to go out there, maybe get some more kills, maybe rotate a little bit better. Even though he gets the dub, there's always something you can improve on. If you guys do enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel today. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay. All right, right now we have a long float over to airport. Now, I'm never a fan of landing in the airport area. There's a lot of loot here, but it's kind of a wide open spot. It's going to take you a little bit longer to gather the loot. Not all the time. Sometimes you get lucky and get some orange crates, but because it's so big and so spread out, it's going to take you a little bit extra time than it would, say, land at a cluster of 5 or 6 buildings, military base, superstore, things like that, to get your loadout, to get enough money for UAV, and to move on. Basically, in simple terms, it's going to be a lot harder to gain momentum early in the game. We're going to be doing a lot of looting. All right, let's talk about this fight real quick because there's a lot of things in here we need to improve on instantly, right? Right now, instantly just noticing basic movement. We can tell it looks like he's a little uncomfortable with the sticks for whatever reason. Also, no slide canceling at all. Not a big deal in this situation, but try to make it a habit to always slide cancel. Secondly, we have an enemy come out of the doorway, I think, or he comes around the corner, regardless, and we instantly ADS the moment we see him. Not the thing to do. Line up your reticle. Let me make this bigger. Line up your reticle with the enemy, then ADS, because as you ADS, it will take you longer to transition from the ground to the enemy because your ADS speed will not be as fast as just snapping to the enemy out of your scope, depending on your ADS sensitivity. That's a topic for another day. But we instantly, because we aim at the ground and then ADS, we're doing a lot of leg shots. Now, right here is a little confusing to me. We have the enemy's armor broken. Mr. Carpenter has full plate. So in this position here, no matter what kind of fight it is, I'm just going to go in there and shoot him in the face and get the kill. Unless we absolutely miss every shot. I don't agree with the fact that we bailed away from the enemy, left the fight through the Claymore. That made me laugh a little bit the first time. And now we're in this like long distance fight, right? So we already know he drops 13 kills this game. I gave that away in the intro, but we could have dropped more. This is what I'm talking about with time management. If you guys learn to win your fights better, more efficiently, you can drop more kills. Those of you guys who are struggling getting your double-digit kill games, or you finally hit double-digit, but you're trying to go for that 20 bomb, these are the things you guys need to work on in order to improve your gameplay and get more kills. So again, the whole time we're fighting the enemy's plates have been broken. We're just getting pepper. We're just peppering them. And it's just a long drawn out fight. We also run the risk of the enemy doing a lot more damage to us, making it not such an uneven fight. If the enemy does get lucky and he does keep shooting us every time we peek, we do have the chance of losing out on our plates and eventually dying. Not to mention, the longer the fight takes, the more opportunity an enemy has to come third party us. I do like the fact that he realizes he's not doing the job with the SMG, so he switches to the long range rifle. Now that just comes more with aiming and accuracy than anything else. But again, you can't teach that. You need to practice that in order to get better just by taking some time to get in fights. But he's shooting at the enemy, trying his best to pull down. He does connect with the enemy's head and he's able to get the kill. So far right there, Mr. Carpenter, just like I said, with all those things I said, just work on those few tactics, just work on those few things, and again, your fights will improve. I'm not going to critique your movement too much. I will throw out reminders of certain things. I won't critique your aim too much, but if I do see something that needs to be adjusted in your settings, sensitivity, things like that, I will also mention that. Good job going for the bounty. I like to see that. I always want to see bounties and UAVs going out any moment we can. Now, if you're playing a team-based game, I'm always going to tell you guys to just wait for self-reses until midway through the match, especially if you haven't even used your Gulag yet. But in solos, self-res is basically necessity. Our enemy is getting close to us. Now, the enemy knows we're close. So most enemies, when they have that red ping or that red threat, what are they going to do? They're going to sit in camp.
Enemy UAV overhead.
maybe the enemy that's sitting in here. That might be his UAV. Regardless, though, again, speed up your fights, right? You need to force it. Play safely. Don't do something stupid trying to force it, but you want to force this fight, because if that wasn't his UAV and it sure as hell isn't yours, whose is it, right? You don't want to get third party. This is why a lot of players get third party, because we get a little hesitant, we hide a little bit, and we're waiting for the enemy to... And we're waiting for the enemy to come to us in order to get the kill. Luckily, he did, and it wasn't as long as it could have been. But most players, when they're level 3 and they're playing passive, they're going to camp that bitch until the thing goes away. So, Mr. Carpenter, I ask you, if that player never would have pushed us and revealed himself, would you ever have gone in there? Or would you just let that whole 3-minute debacle kind of just fade away? You're definitely in a learning position right now, and you're trying to improve. There's no doubt about it. But confidence, man. I want to see you get a little bit more confident in your gunfights, right? Granted, I know that your aim and your movement's not 100% where you want it, and I get that. So you're trying to play a little bit safer, and again, I get that. But again, you don't have to just jump through doors and try to just go super hyper aggressive, but just get a little bit more confident and push that building, get that kill quick, go around that corner and kill that guy that has no plates, things like that. But again, we've got 2 kills in both those fights. Took a little longer than I would like for them to have, and we're already down to 89 players left. So a third of the lobby has died off. Those are more opportunities and more kills we just lost out on. Also, guys, another beautiful day to tell you guys about my favorite energy drink company. And guys, I have had every energy drink on the market. It's a lot better than a lot of energy drinks, and it gives you a hella ton of focus, boys. Hella ton of focus and energy. Now, enough of my self-promotion. Use code Savage at checkout. We have a vehicle in the tunnels, and we still were looting. I hate to see it. Enemies above us. We could go up the staircase. A little bit more knowledge of the map, trying to figure out what's going on. We could easily get this kill. Enemies now out. Alrighty. That was dangerous. There's a lot of things wrong with that fight. So originally, like I said, guys, you want to go through the moment you see an enemy pop up on the map, guys, and driving around. You want to use the opportunity to try to kill him, because he's in a very bad spot. He's going to have to get out of there if he wants to keep the vehicle. So it means he's going to stay in the vehicle for a long period of time until he just gives up and jumps out, like he inevitably did, right? All right, so right now we see the vehicle pull up. So instantly I'm going to stop looting. I'm going to go converge on this enemy, because even though I need money and I almost have my loadout money, he might have it as well. Not to mention, I don't want him to get a better position than me and end up killing me. So what would I do in this position here? Would not go in here and loot. I would instantly go up this ramp right here, get shots on the enemy, or go up the staircase that's nearest as well. And again, get shots on the enemy. But we do neither. And this is the staircase I'm referring to right here. It'd be a great line of sight. Now, again, knowledge base, the vehicle could be below us. But notice that he's still driving, and you can't really drive in here on the bottom half. So I instantly at that point know he's up top, and would again divert to the staircase to get the easy kill. We put ourselves in a really bad position right here, however, especially going outside, because when the enemy heard that door open, he stops, jumps out, and he almost got a nice easy kill on us, almost. And this is another situation too. We see this a lot with players in this position here, and this comes with reaction time. Again, so you get a little bit quicker with it, a little bit more decisive, and you'll easily avoid this mistake. But where we have our reticle on the enemy's arm, and we can easily just ADS on him, pull the trigger, and get this enemy out of here without sacrificing any plates, without even risking the chance of us dying. But, and again, we've all been here before at some point in our lives in gaming. Instead, we throw this concussion at him, essentially wasting our concussion, which didn't help us at all, by the way. And we almost died. We had a sliver of health. What? I have so many questions right now. I'm not going to lie. So many questions. All right. Well, leading up to this, because we threw that concussion, instead of shooting the enemy, again, our health and our plates are sacrificed from that mistake, causing us to have a sliver of health, leading to our inevitable death from Mr. Wraith getting a very easy one tap with the Groza on our face. Very sad to see, but we are entering the Gulag. Let's see what happens.
Listen up, soldier. Win here and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. Time to earn your freedom, soldier. Yeah, you kicked their
All right, we're able to get the kill. Now, the ADS sensitivity was a little bit high, I think. Just turn it down a little bit, and I think you could benefit more from it. You were overshooting the enemy, and I'm going to rewind it. Sorry, guys. Just to highlight exactly what I'm talking about, right? And this is basically how you break down your own ADS speed and kind of figure out where to go from there. Now, a lot of players don't mess with it, and that's fine. If that's you, get it how you live. But a lot of players could benefit from it. I benefit from adjusting my ADS speed drastically. Let me mute this because it sounds like shit. But again, just watch his reticle and watch how he snaps the enemy and how he tracks the enemy, right? Tracking is very important. He sees the corner of his body, so he instantly transitions, and he goes for the dick shot. Damn, Carpenter, that's fucked up, son. But he eventually goes to the head, and this is where it gets a little bit off track. We're a little bit higher, so he's going to pull down into the left, I believe. And that's exactly what happens. And again, if he was to reduce it, it wouldn't be as drastic of a jump, because notice what happens again when he tries to correct to the right. He overshoots the target again, right? And then goes down trying to adjust. He's able to connect, but again, you can avoid situations like that by adjusting your ADS sensitivity. All right, here we are going for a scav. Pretty self-explanatory. We did come back with a gun, though. So if you want to go for a bounty, get a little more aggressive, you can, but I like to play regardless. Gonna go ahead and navigate towards the second one that's not in this room. Unfortunately, we do get shot at by an enemy out in the open right here. Now, we're backwards to the enemy. He had a very delayed reaction because of his position. He definitely was already around the corner. Delayed reaction, bad aim. I'm instantly gonna challenge this SOB and try to take him out, right? Even though I don't have my loadout, even though I might not be good with his gun, I'm gonna try my best to destroy this kid. All right, turning our back. I hope we don't run from the enemy. We're gonna plate up real quick. Keep peeking. There we go. Peek while you plate, so you know if he's pushing you or not. And running back to the build. Now, real quick, I know I said I wasn't gonna talk about movement too much, but I want to discuss tips, right? So when we're in this area, he makes a break for this. That's clearly what was in his mind. So instead of just walking to there, slide cancel. From this point to here, you can slide one time. You'd already be at the wall, and you'd be gone. I can slide cancel from the cubby where we're at to this building in about 4 slides, twice as fast as it'll take you to walk like you are to your destination. So make it a cardinal rule and a very bad habit to slide cancel everywhere you go. I know it's difficult at first, but I promise you guys, the more you do it, it will become second nature, even if you don't have paddles. Granted, get some paddles. It's very beneficial.
Objectives update. Move to the next location.
All right, we hear a door open. Footsteps coming around the left-hand side. Now, this is where I talk about confidence. We hear the enemy in the doorway. He's clearly going to be coming out this area right here because, well, he didn't bust in our door, so he had to bust in some door. This is where I would go ahead and start leading the enemy. Bust out the door, ADS on it, la-di-da, win the fight. Play with a little bit more aggression. All right, that's where slide canceling is beneficial as well. Don't like this play. Basically, what I'm saying with slide canceling is you could have slid around that corner and caught him out in the open. He could already be dead by now if you just would have slid ADS and got some shots off. But with the whole tactical play and holding it and trying to throw it out there, you still may get the kill. Went in the window, I'm assuming. There he is, or the doorway. And here we are. I'm glad I froze it here. Here we are in this room for the second time. So we've now basically backtracked when we could have already won this fight earlier before we even got around the corner, right? We could have killed him as he was coming out of here, like I said earlier. But now here we are. First thing I want to talk about is this is a lot. We've seen this a lot. You ADS and then you drag your scope or your sights to the enemy. It's not how you want to play. You need to make it, every player watching this video needs to make it a cardinal rule to bring the reticle to the enemy. Right? This little dot right here, that's your reticle. Aim it at the enemy, then ADS. You can kill him a lot faster and be a lot more accurate. Fortunately, we're able to get the kill, but again, your sole objective is to not just get kills, but improve on the kills, right? Kill them faster, ADS on them, be more accurate. You guys would stop drag scoping to the enemy and start snapping and then ADSing to the enemy. Your skill level would just blow your mind. It would blow your mind. There's so many simple bad habits that players make that hinder their own gameplay, and that's the whole purpose of this video here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and edit that out, but there's just about 7 minutes of us rotating. And here we are with 48 enemies left, and we do have a bleep on the heartbeat. Perfect timing. And a vehicle pulling up behind us as well.
Losing ground.
Now, I'd be more worried about the vehicle in this position because he has a good shot. Never mind, he's bailing away. But the enemy is above us. He's shooting at the enemy. We got the armor cracked. This is a position where we just go ahead and push the enemy in. Unfortunately, with the nade, no. Enemy re-challenges us anyway, and we're able to get the kill. So many things wrong with this fight as well. And Carpenter, you told me to slay you, brother. I'm sorry. I know the enemy's above me. And instead of coming in this entire area, instead of going over here and going into this room, I would have just gone through this door here, just slow opened it, work my way to the enemy and up the stairs and get the drop on him instead of vice versa. Now, it did work out because we were able to go ahead and get some great hits on the enemy and armor break him when he came to us. But again, you want to be the aggressor, not playing defensively all the time. Also, I really want to discuss this here. This was kind of quest for sure. The enemy does a great sticky grenade, great Simtex on the door, and we just said, fuck it, bro. Let me have it. And that's exactly what happens. Now, this is very dangerous. Great on the enemy, reading the fact that we got hit. He's anticipating that we're as damaged as he is. But unfortunately for him, that's not the case at all. And we're able to go ahead and get some great graw shots and get the kill. Also, did I talk about Sneak? Yo, guys, I'm gonna put you on something. Later this month, they're gonna have a Black Friday limited time flavor. Called Blackout. Get it. You see Blackout in the store at any point in time, buy as many as you can. Limited flavor happens once a year. I got 5 canisters last year. I don't have any more left. It's empty as shit. Completely gone. I'm gonna buy 10, right? Make sure you do the same. And when you do, use code SAVAGE at checkout. We see an enemy falling in from the west right now. On our map, we see a guy popping up because he's not suppressed. Gonna go ahead and ping it. Good shit. And again, slide canceling, going back to that, you want to slide cancel just because we've been in open a lot. We've been out in the open and exposed a lot. Again, slide canceling just helps your movement speed. There's an enemy on the right hand side. And when it helps your movement speed, you're not gonna be in the open as long, right?
New safe zone located.
In the heartbeat scan, nothing on heartbeat. We hear stun going off. Either A, the enemy panic stun, thought you were behind them, or B, there's another enemy around, so be on alert. But the guy is definitely in the building, either top level or bottom level in the very right hand corner. Peeking real quick. Now you want to get inside as fast. The moment you clear it, which is cleared right now, you want to get inside because our backside is vulnerable to snipers and everything else in the world. Now we know he's in here again. He might have jumped out, but I doubt it. There he is, probably behind the desk or sitting around the corner. Look at that. Look at this guy. Oh yeah, you're dead, brother. GG. Didn't need both of them, but I respect it. Respect the effort. And we're able to get the kill. We have 2 fights going on in front of us. One guy just died, I'm assuming, because his die disappeared real fast. And now we're going to go ahead and push up here. Now, he's in police station. He's going to be camping a corner, probably second level in the room. He may get distracted. Oh. He did not camp. Good shit, brother. He didn't camp. He came out there. Unfortunately, we were waiting for him and just wrong place, wrong time. Unfortunately, Alex got COD timing and he went down for it. As you're going out of the building like Alex was doing, that's the enemy's name, by the way, you want to look both ways, right? As you're leaving, you want to scan 180, 360 degrees around you so you can leave safely. And for us field of view players, we have a luxury of having a wider screen. I'm sorry, console players, I feel your pain. Trust me, even though I'm PC Master Race, I was on console at one point. I feel your pain. It's fucked up, and unfortunately you have a disadvantage because of that. There's no way around it. Now, with that being said, it's going to be impossible to literally every time you leave a building clear everything around you. You're going to get caught out in the open. You're going to die. It's going to happen. If it happens, chalk it up as an L. Try again. There's really no way around it unless you're the most observant player in the world. And again, you have field of view. We're playing the edge of the circle, and it's rotating in 5 seconds. But I do like the fact that we're clearing it. And normally I'll tell you guys to rotate sooner, but because of the wide open area he needs to cross, if he was to rotate out in the open, he could get shot from these guys in the house. So instead of just running out in the open and just saying YOLO, he's going to clear it to the best of his ability. Granted, again, don't rely on the heartbeat. Always be on edge because of ghosted players, aka this guy here. Precision coming in, question mark, watch out. Yeah. That precision was coming for somebody, and he was the only one that we saw around us. So he gets in a vehicle and drives away, but who's the one that shot the precision at us? I'm going to assume he's over there by the houses based on the direction that it came from. He may be in the building next to you, though. We don't know. He might have called it on himself. Regardless, though, I check the buildings to your left-hand side because you'll either A, catch him out in the open. Oh, there's a player. It might be him. Now, if this would have been a lot of range, I get it, right? If at range you have bullet drop, I get that. This is not that far. For some reason, you aim at the head and you pull the trigger and it gets an armor break. It is what it is. Moving on. Great follow up with the shot, dude. And yes, you took a little long to ADS on him, but when it comes to sniping, dude, practice makes perfect. You want to be very, very patient with your shots. That's exactly what you were. So I'll give you a thumbs up for that one. Instead of just sitting there trying to be phase pomage and hit just random no scopes, you took your time to be precise. And unfortunately, even though it robbed you of an easy headshot, you were able to solidify it with the second bullet. Good job.
Area recon coming up.
We still have another enemy on the rooftop. The same building just killed that guy. Interesting. Interesting. We are in a position to gatekeep this guy, and I can see that's your plan, but we are vulnerable. Now, there's 10 players left. 9 enemies remain. Now, look at this mini-map, dude. What the? We have 9 enemies. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 enemies. 8 of 9 not ghosted up right now or not suppressed. You have 8 enemies just waiting to die. This is beautiful. I love this shit. Now, I was gonna say, like, you need to be careful. You could get sniped right here. You don't know where everyone's at. That's not the case, dude. Get it how you live, brother. Kill this kid as he jumps off the roof. You're safe. There's a chance. There's a chance, and I'm still looking around to make sure that one random player is not randomly hawking us down. But yeah, this is one of those situations. Let me just double count this real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure enough, dude. Sure enough. Wow. Now, circle's rotating in 10 seconds. You didn't have to leave. I really like the spot we were at. It was an easy opportunity to get the guy on top of the rooftop. Plus, he had a beautiful angle on it. Now we've kind of blinded ourselves. I'm not a huge fan of this at all because he's going to jump eventually. And you want to be looking when he does. And now he has ghost all of a sudden? What? You hear him bailing off to your left, and unfortunately, we're missing on this opportunity. Enough to defend myself. We're going to go ahead and spectate this guy right here. So we see the enemy, and he doesn't shoot at him clearly because he's about to get cover. But again, because of our ADS speed, we overshoot the enemy as we're trying to track him. Now, we should have known he's getting in the vehicle. That's a given. But we don't, and we overshoot him. So now we have to correct it. So what do we do when we correct? We start spraying, and luckily Amos is able to grab on. But again, we dive to the lower right. Not really sure why. Maybe Amos's broke away. And then our fingers took over and made us overthrow. So just simple ADS tweaking. You don't have to turn it down a lot. Whatever it is now, just bring it down a few notches, play with it, and then bring it down a few notches. Kind of auto tweak it. That guy there, that dude. This is a perfect vision of tunnel vision and forgetting there's other enemies around you. Savage, stop rewinding. No. He's plating up because he's in a 1v1. That's fine, but you're dead center of the circle. You have no walls, right? You're vulnerable to the other 8 players on the map, and that's exactly what happens. Again, patient with the shots. Lines it up on the head, pulls the trigger. Greater distance than the guy on the rooftop. We get the headshot. Fucking weird. Now, we do need to look for the guy who's fighting. Based on where he was placing behind the wall, I'd assume the guy's on the same level on the other side of the wall. There, he's on the top right there. He was not on the other side. He was just above him. And he's going to be looting. We're going to try to get a little bit higher ground and get an advantage point on the enemy. Kind of ballsy because you put yourself out in the open. There we go. All right, 2 things wrong. 1, I'm not sure why the enemy dove down in this area here. I think I'd rather play the rooftop of this building than come in this area. But now, speaking of Carpenter, we're in a position where we shot at one enemy and the other enemy now knows where we're at too, or at least he should. So we need to get off this rooftop. We need to change our position. There it is. The enemy shooting at us. Fortunately, he is not accurate. We're able to get safe. Now, I don't like this position, but it may work out because the enemies we're going against. I don't suspect they're on our level or above us. I do suspect that both of them are below us, but there is a staircase. There we go. Just watch your back. Make sure they're not sneaking you. Make sure that you're not. You see how we're sitting in the door right now? We're so vulnerable from this rooftop. I don't like this. The angle. Again, even though you're watching one direction, always make sure your back is safe.
5 remaining.
We have 2 enemies below us now. Oh, what the?
Gas inbound. Zone relocated.
I have no idea. I have no idea. Shadow below us. I believe there's an enemy there. Now, I was wrong. I would have rotated this building, but the next circle was reanimated and it was dictated the opposite way. So I'd probably be in a bad position right now and I would have lost the game. So it worked out for Carpenter. We do have an enemy below us again. And we do have one more who's probably playing these buildings here. So just watch yourself. I like the fact that we're getting hit by gas instead of panicking. We're sitting in the gas and going for the kill. But anyway, GG. Carpenter, thank you for submitting your gameplay, brother. A lot of lessons to be learned in this match, not just for yourself, but for everyone watching, or for most of you guys watching. You want to correct the things we highlighted, which are ADS sensitivity, adjust it, right? You don't if it's good where it's at, leave it. But if you're struggling tracking players, turn it down a little bit or turn it up, just depending on if you're overshooting the target or if you're not tracking the target fast enough, you adjust based on that. Secondly, confidence. Get more confidence. Go out there and get some damn fights. 1, there's no reason not to. I think Carpenter has the skill to be a very good player. I think he's got the skill to have dropped the 20 bomb if he would have done the next thing. Win your fights fast. We went through so many fights that took a little too long. We still dropped 13 kills, but I really think we could have got an extra couple kills if we would have just played a little bit faster. Now, a lot of you guys are probably thinking, Savage, if I play faster, I'll get killed. And a lot of times that's right. I die a lot because I'm overly aggressive, but there is a perfect balance between both. I'm overly aggressive because I'm fighting my goated teammates who are pro players for kills because they're way better than I am. So I put myself in stupid positions. You guys are playing solos, you can kind of get that perfect balance. Get that slow timed with that speed and just go out there and just win gunfights efficiently. I'm not saying just go out there and b-hop everybody to death, but if you have cover between you and the building enemies camping in, go ahead and push that enemy, close the gap, and get that fight won. Focus on those things out of this game and you guys will improve as players instantly, and not only that, but dramatically. Oh yeah, and last but not least, and probably the most important, do not ADS unless your reticle is lined up or damn near close to being lined up with the enemy, because all this drag scoping, it may work out for you in these lobbies, but as you progress as a player, which I know you guys will, you're gonna get in higher tier lobbies. It's gonna be a lot harder for you guys to use these same strategies y'all been using. These higher tier professional players, go out there, improve. Don't just settle for where you're at now. Always strive to improve. But guys, y'all have a good one. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel today, and if you guys want some more content like Rebirth, gameplay breakdowns, gaming product reviews, things like that, make sure you follow us over on Facebook Gaming. Links in the description below. I'll be posting similar and different content over there exclusively on that platform while providing the content we provide here as well. But until next time, guys, you have a good one, and please keep on improving.